25th favorite movie is On Golden Pond, starring Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda and Jane Fonda. Um, this movie is incredible. Sad. You cry at the end. Um, it is just so good. It also has Doug McKean. Is he related to Nancy McKean? Oh my god, I put that up. Dabney Coleman, William Alanto. This movie saved the relationship between Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda. There had been a lot of drama between Jane and Henry for many, many years, and it wasn't just one of them, it was on both. They just couldn't communicate to each other very well. And Jane wrote a play, I think. She did something, she had something to do with the play. I don't remember what, but she was there was a play and she was part of the play. And they asked her if she would do the movie, and she said yes. And then they asked, would you do it if your father was in it? And she said yes, because she wanted to have an opportunity to kind of be with him, because he was getting older and he was sick and he had a lot of heart attacks, and she was just like, he was in his 80s, so she was like, you gotta fix it now, for she wouldn't regret it later. So she did it, and it fixed their relationship, and he died not too long after the movie was made, but they had some good times before he went. So, but there's a part in the movie where they have a conversation, and it wasn't in the script, it wasn't scripted, they just told them get it out, to talk it out with themselves, and so they did, and they both cried, and fixed it, and they were fine. So, in the movie, there's a lot of awkwardness between Jane and Henry, and it's really like they didn't know how to deal with each other. So there's a lot of awkwardness there, but at the end of it, it's better. But this movie is just so great, and Katharine and Henry Fonda had never even met before they did this movie. Which is crazy because they were at an award show like the same time, and they never even met. So yeah, they met a lot later in life, and they had a great chemistry and everything. Henry was in his 80s, like I said, and he had a lot of heart attacks, so they were really, really worried about him. And then Katharine, they had so much stress because Katharine and Henry were so much older, and they were afraid of pushing them too hard or whatever, because again, Henry had been sick a lot, so they were just worried about overdoing it, or they had to be very careful. And then Katharine hurt her shoulder, so she had surgery on her shoulder, so they were about that too. And it was just like, it's a lot of pressure, I think, to keep the older actors and make sure they're fine and everything. But there was a part in the movie where Henry's character flips over in the water, and it's really, really cold in there. I mean, he did flip in there. I thought double, because if Henry did it, he would have probably, yeah. So they had him in the water, and he wanted to do it, but they were kind of like, well, he's in his 80s, and it's really cold, and he had a heart attack before, like many heart attacks, so they're like getting out really fast, so they had to get him out really fast. But it was just, yeah. And then Katharine, she's looking for him and the boy, and she jumped in the water and was swimming to him, and she didn't have to. So, why did you do that? Because her shoulder was still kind of bad, but she did it. And they were like, why did you do that? And she said that if in real life she saw the person she loved in trouble like that, she would want to do something. So she did. I love it. Um, but yeah. Um, it's just really beautiful, and there's a lot makes me cry. I'm not gonna say the line because you have to watch the movie for that, but it's just beautifully shot, and I don't even know why I wanted to watch this so much. Like I think because of Tom Felicia, that may have been the reason. I saw like AFI 100 movies, and they had this on there. I was like, I want to watch. They had a line, this one line I talked about made me cry. So I was like, I want to watch for that, but I couldn't find it. And then Tom Felicia from Queer Eye said it's like his favorite movie, so I was like, okay. So I rented it from the library, finally found it, and it's beautiful. You need to watch. Everybody, watch. Him, he's hilarious. I think he's supposed to be like the mean grumpy. I think he's hilarious. I'm sorry. Um, but that's all. Goodbye.